Coming up on Down with ASP, I'm going to show you how to throw a great Super Bowl party. We've got some delicious recipes, fun party supplies, and of course, plenty of beer. It's Down with ASP Super Bowl edition, and it starts right now. Down with ASP Super Bowl edition. I'm your host, Mike Nobile, and boy do we have a great show for you today. The Super Bowl is a great time for friends and family to get together, but what makes it so special? Is it the game, the food, or is it just being with a good group of people? I went to the lobby of the Roy H. Park School of Communications to find out what some people's favorite things are about the Super Bowl. What is your favorite Super Bowl food?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say chicken wings. Chicken wing dip.
Probably pizza.
Wings. Not to eat. Okay? Not to eat. It's what it is basically, it's a food. It's a nutritional food. Is not to eat is a diet-oriented, no sugar, no water, no fat, no protein, no nothing. It's called Starve to Death.
Oh, I'm gonna be neutral and say no one.
This year, I will definitely be rooting for the Seahawks.
I don't watch the Super Bowl.
I dance around during the halftime show.
Seahawks.
First of all, what is a Super Bowl?
Patriots.
Seattle Seahawks all the way.
Buffalo Bills.
Nice beer would be nice.
Beer.
PBR me now.
Orange juice, I guess.
Corona.
Apple juice.
Heineken.
Left shark. I have no opinion on it.
He's awesome. I was losing my shit.
He's awesome.
Why is Left Shark awesome?
Because right shark sucks.
Left Shark is the best thing to ever happen to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I hate Jay-Z because I want to be Beyonce's lesbian lover.
I wouldn't let this happen because I think Beyonce should remain a single lady.
Well, I definitely have to agree with Gosa that my favorite Super Bowl drink is a nice, cold Pabst Blue Ribbon. It is by far the best tasting beer that anyone will ever have. However, my favorite Super Bowl food is not the chicken wing like almost everyone else said. My favorite is a nice, juicy, and delicious cheeseburger. And later on in the show, we'll show you just how to make it. When we come back, we'll be joined by a very special guest that's going to show us some great Super Bowl snacks and teach us how to cook the best burger for your party. You won't want to miss this.
Here's dessert, ladies. Ooh. There's only 3. These look good. Oh, you didn't get one. Here. I have both.
Sharing, it's the icing on the cake. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Welcome back to Down with the ASP Super Bowl edition. Right now, we're going to look at some delicious snacks that you can have while you watch the big game. Today, our special guest is a world-famous chef. She owns multiple restaurants, has won several cooking awards, and her new show on the Food Network, Cooking with Megan, premieres this Friday night at 8 p.m. Please welcome Megan Butterfield. Megan, thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So we got some snacks to go over for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What kind of snacks do you think we should have during the big game?
So I think you have a nice array here. You definitely have some good quality chips. You have your Tostitos to go with your salsa,
some classic Lay's potato chips, as well as the hickory barbecue and sour cream and onion. So
Very nice.
great array of chips happening.
So now I see that the two dips that we have are Lay's smooth ranch dip, as well as a nice salsa. What
Yes.
ingredients goes into each of these?
So the smooth ranch is pretty much just your classic ranch, just like you put in a salad. And your salsa can have a variety of things. This is hot salsa, so I'm guessing it has a lot of jalapenos
Really spicy,
and maybe
gives that-
some sriracha hot sauce, just really giving it that bite to your salsa.
Very nice. Now, would you recommend going mild, medium, or hot on your salsa?
I'm a fan of the mild just because I like to really get the flavor of the chip, but I know people really like the hot salsa as well.
Okay, so now should we try having some of these?
We definitely should, yeah.
Okay, why don't we throw the pretzels
Yeah,
into...
so what I recommend when you have this variety of pretzels is mixing them up in a big bowl
Okay.
so that you get the variety and you don't run out of one too quickly.
All right.
Okay, we got some honey mustard and onion pretzels that we're putting in.
Very nice. Should we shake this all up? Give everyone
Yep.
a nice look.
So
See
that's a
that
nice
right there?
party mix of pretzels here. Kind of like your Chex Mix, but just straight pretzels. So
Okay. Should we go ahead
that's
and
the
try
way to
some
do
of
it.
these?
Yeah, go for it. Dig
Okay.
right in.
Go right. Should I try the ranch first, I guess?
Yes. Oh, we got to open the salsa here. They go with the ranch well?
Megan, that is a great, great ranch dip.
Yes. I think this is the top quality of the ranch dips.
Very
Can't
nice.
really beat that.
Okay.
You should probably try your Tostito chips with this hot salsa
You
here.
be my guest. You go ahead.
I'm going to actually do it with the ranch because I haven't tried that yet.
Okay. All right. So I guess we have to see just how spicy this salsa actually is.
Yeah. Dig right in.
Okay. That was pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
I'm going to stick with the ranch. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, are there any other healthier options that we can have
There's
rather than
definitely-
all these chips? Because obviously these probably have way too much fat and sugar in them. That's probably not very good for everyone.
So there's definitely healthy options. One thing I've heard is that when you're making your buffalo chicken dip, you can substitute some cauliflower in there. Add some healthy option in there.
Okay. Well, when we come back, Megan, you're going to show us just how to grill the perfect burger. Stay right here.
Richie， 顧住嗰個人，我唔信得過佢啊！
Yo, Ty, what up, Richie? What up, player? 爺爺，係你叫我唔好判人㗎，你記唔記得啊
How you doing, son?
All right, man.
Chilling, of course.
Imagine the power of one voice. Click freedomcenter.org to find yours.
Only Here's dessert, ladies. Ooh. There's only 3. These look good. Oh, you didn't get one. Here. I have both.
Sharing, it's the icing on the cake. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Welcome back to Down with ASP Super Bowl edition. Here with us is Megan Butterfield, and now she's going to show us how to make the perfect hamburger for your Super Bowl party. Okay, so Megan, what are some of the ingredients that we have here?
So today we're going to make a ham Swiss mushroom, not ham.
Not ham?
A hamburger.
A hamburger?
A Swiss mushroom burger with onions and salt and pepper.
Okay.
But of course there's other things that you can put on a burger. And it's all up to your preference. I don't know what some of your favorites are, but you can add lettuce, tomato, pickles. We have ketchup here today, but of course there's mustard and anything else like that. So there's such a variety, but we're going to stick with the Swiss mushroom and onions
Okay, I'm a big
today.
fan of bacon on my burger, and I wish we had some bacon. As you can see, we have 1 pound lean ground beef on our burger, so we have that right there. So we start cutting that open.
Yes, we should.
Okay. Oh,
Get
first,
right in-
first we need our latex gloves,
We
though.
do.
Okay, I'll give you 2.
To stay,
Yeah, make sure we don't get any raw meat on our hands and everything. Get these nice and on.
okay. I'm going to have you make the burger here.
I'm making them?
Yep.
Okay. So,
Open it.
can you get it?
Yep, there we go.
Okay, so what's the first thing that we have to do?
So you're going to take a nice size handful of the beef so that you can mold it into the burger patty. I'll take the other part.
All right, now what's the best technique kind of to go about molding the burger?
Cupping your hands like this, making it into a little burger patty, making sure that it stays together well.
Okay.
You don't want it falling apart on your grill.
Yeah.
There we go.
How's that looking?
That's looking good.
Yeah?
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's next?
So, next you would cook it on your George
we have
Foreman
our
grill.
George Foreman grill right over
Yes, but we don't have a lot of time on the show.
there. Okay.
So I think we have some pre-cooked burgers.
I think we do too. I can
take our
grab
gloves
those.
right off. Yep.
All right,
I'll
let's
move
see
these
what we
burgers
got right
aside.
here. Okay, put those
There
down.
we go.
So,
Okay.
right here, we have our fully cooked burger with cheese on it.
Okay.
And now what we have to do, what do
We
we
got to
have to
cut
do
the
next?
onions up. So
Okay. Am I doing that?
you're going to do that.
Okay.
We're going to show how easy it is.
All right.
We'll move these burgers.
So, first gotta peel the onion first.
Yep.
Make sure,
Get that.
get the skin off and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, can you
There
put
we
different kinds of onions on a burger?
Of course, yeah. There's the red onions. We have just a classic white onion here.
Okay.
So we'll get rid of these skins.
I found out just yesterday that another name for a scallion is a green onion. I was
Oh.
cooking some
Yep.
stir fry kind of thing, and I never knew that green onions were also called scallions. So,
Yeah.
all right. So should I
you
keep
have
chopping those
some-
up into smaller
I
slices?
think that these are great because you
Okay.
can kind of take the pieces apart like this and just layer them on the burger.
Okay. Do that. Put them on.
Yep.
Kind of like so.
Yep. Just like that.
Oops.
There we go. Lots
All right.
of onions on this burger. Okay.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is we got to chop some mushrooms to put on.
Okay.
So I'll just move
So-
these onions into this bowl.
Now I know you usually have to wash mushrooms first. These are pre-washed.
We pre-wash these. You just want
Okay.
to make sure that you wash them thoroughly ahead of time.
All right. So what kind of mushrooms are these? Are these shiitake? Could they be magic
No.
mushrooms?
These are just your run-of-the-mill mushrooms, actually.
Yeah.
You'll find them in any grocery store. You can just take the stem right off there.
All right.
And then you're just gonna chop them into some slices, just like
Very
this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If you want to keep chopping, I'll load them up on our burger here.
Here, I'll cut up this one.
Perfect.
Put those on.
Awesome. So we already melted the cheese on, but it is convenient if you put these on and then melt a piece of cheese on top to keep it on there.
What kind of cheese do we have on our burger?
So we're doing Swiss because
Okay.
Swiss really goes well with the mushroom and the onions.
All right. What are some substitutes? I like American cheese, so can I put that on?
I'm a big cheddar fan. I
Okay.
think that cheddar just really goes well with burgers.
Anything else? Could you use provolone, Munster?
It's really up to you. It's really
Okay.
up to your flavor and what
Personal
else you're doing. If you're
preferences on your
putting
burger?
barbecue sauce, or I know you said you like bacon, so kind of whatever cheese you want to put on there.
Okay.
Our final touch here is to put just a little salt
All right.
and a little pepper.
All right. Well, let's finish this up. So we have our nice finished burger here.
there.
I don't know, should I try to take a bite of it?
Go for
Okay.
it.
Well, that burger sure was delicious. But coming up, we'll show you some great beers that you can have during the game to watch down your tasty burger. Don't change that channel. This is Down with ASP Super Bowl edition. We'll be right back.
Sharing, it's the icing on the cake. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Welcome back to Down with ASP Super Bowl edition. I'm your host, Mike Nobile, and today we're teaching you how to throw a proper Super Bowl party. We've already shown you some tasty snacks to have during the game, as well as a delicious cheeseburger with some mushrooms. But now, after all this food, you're probably getting pretty thirsty. And what's better to have during the Super Bowl than a nice cold beer? Let's go to Jenna Becker to see some great beer options to have during the big game.
Hello and welcome. My name is Jenna, and today I'm going to give you a brief introduction on a few different types of beer. Let's start with an ale. Brewed using malted barley, ales tend to be sweeter, more fuller-bodied beers with a fruitier taste. There are many types of ales, including brown ale, pale ale, golden ale, Belgian ale, and many more. Next, we have a stout, a darker, heavier beer made using roasted malt or roasted barley. Stouts have a higher alcohol content in them and tend to have flavors that include milk stouts, oatmeal stouts, and even oyster stouts. A porter is exactly the same as a stout, just with less alcohol content. Another type of beer is called a wheat beer, which is made mainly from wheat malt. Most popular in Germany and the Netherlands, wheat beers have more of a sour taste, or tend to be citrus beers. The last beer we will go over is an IPA. IPA stands for Indian Pale Ale. It got its name from being the beer that was sent to the Indians in the 17th century. The beer has a lot of hops in it, giving off a very unique flavor. The hops were used as a preservative, and it's traveling to the various tribal regions in the Midwest. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, you can find all the facts you need on our website, DownWithASP.com.
Doesn't all that beer look thirst-quenching? What could be better than watching the big game with an ice cold beer in your hand? When we come back, Jen will join us in studio to go over all the different types of beer that you can have while you sit on the couch and watch football like a true American.
Ladies. Ooh, there's only 3. These look good. Oh, you didn't get one. Here. I have both.
Sharing, it's the icing on the cake. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Hey, amigo. Hey, I asked you for whole wheat bread. El Guido.
Sorry for the confusion.
You know, that's the problem with these people. If you want to serve Americans, you got to learn to speak the language. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir. I don't.
Imagine the power of one voice. Click freedomcenter.org to find yours.
Welcome back to Down with ASP Super Bowl edition. We're now going to go over some great craft beers that you can enjoy while you're watching the Super Bowl or any other football game for that matter. I would now like to introduce Down with ASP's craft beer expert, Jenna Becker. Jenna, thanks for being on the show today.
Of course. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. I'm ready to talk about beer.
All right, so let's get right into it. What are some of the, so we have some, let's see, 7 craft beers here?
7 craft beers, yes.
All right, what's the first one? We'll start down over there.
We will start with this one. This is the Magic Hat Snow Roller.
Mm-hmm.
It is a brown ale. It was brewed in Vermont, actually. And it actually got its name because in Vermont there's a lot of snow, similar to Ithaca.
That there is.
And we know that when the wind and the snow create this tumbleweed effect, and they call it a snow roller, so that's where it got its name. And it actually combines the hops and some different kinds of malts to create something that they call a round beer, which is a perfectly brewed beer, and that's what that is.
Okay, let's go right on to the next one.
And similar to the Magic Hat Snow Roller, which is a winter seasonal ale, the Sam Adams White Christmas is also a seasonal ale, and that is
straight from Boston.
Straight from Boston. And something interesting about that one is that goes really well with fresh tuna. which
Not
is
canned tuna.
not canned tuna. I've never actually tried this, but I've heard through my research that goes well with
Why
some
do you
tuna.
think that is?
You know, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to try it out. Maybe because it's a light kind of beer, and I mean it does have some cinnamon and nutmeg spices, but I don't know. I guess that goes well with tuna.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
Next is the Nitro Milk Stout. That is different from the Sam Adams because the Sam Adams is very light. This one's a very creamy kind of taste as well, and it has a lot of malts in it, and yeah, and it has a mocha chocolatey flavor.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. All right, going right on to the next one, we got a little Bat Bourbon Barrel Ale.
Yes, this is my favorite because the bottle looks a little different from everyone
Looks like
else.
a red stripe.
Yes, and I think it's very interesting because it's part of the Prohibition
Is it
collection.
the most interesting man in the world? Red stripe?
Yeah,
Get it?
no.
No. Okay, bad
moving
joke.
on.
All right,
Well,
but let's
anyways,
keep talking about this
about
one.
the Prohibition type, we all know that America went through its dry spell with the Prohibition, and they kind of had to disguise the bottle so it didn't look like they were drinking beer. So that is the result, and Labatt kind of had a role in keeping the beer flowing during the Prohibition. So that is where the bottle came from. And that kind of has a smooth bourbon flavor.
Okay, now go on to the next one. Southern Tier Dark Roast Porter. What's a porter?
A porter, I spoke about that in the package earlier. That's kind of like a darker beer.
Okay.
It's very similar to the milk stout that I was talking about, where it's very creamy and has a chocolate espresso flavor. And that was brewed in New York.
All right.
Next is
the Saranac Adirondack Lager. I'm a big fan of Saranac. I like them.
Yeah, Saranac is great. A lot of seasonal beers they have, that's also another seasonal beer. It's kind of brewed in a German style using a lot of hops. So that is what's interesting about that one. And the last beer we have,
the Blue Moon Farmhouse.
The Blue Moon Farmhouse. Interesting about that one is that the idea actually came about in Belgium. The brewmaster went to Belgium and he tried multiple different kinds of ales and he combined two of them. So all of the textures actually and all the different kinds of grains create a kind of a tart taste. So that is what you experience with that one.
Not the traditional Blue Moon where you put the orange in.
Yeah, no, not like that, but those are great as well.
Okay, well, that seems like pretty good, interesting beer.
Is.
If you look on the screen right now, we got the periodic table of beer styles. Pretty much shows you every single type of beer you'll ever want.
Yeah.
So some really good ones there.
About that, yeah, because people like to drink their Budweiser, their Mick Ultra, but this just shows that people have been much more into craft beer lately, so that's what that is.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jenna, thanks so much for being on the show. Jenna's new book, Drinking Beer While Sitting on the Couch and Watching the Super Bowl, is available in stores now, and it's also available on Amazon.com. Coming up next, we'll show you, now that you have all the food and drinks for your party, I'll show you how to properly serve them with some fun Super Bowl themed party supplies. Down with ASP Super Bowl edition. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, little prince. Mother, what we gonna do today?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Here, lady. Ooh. Ooh, there's only 3. These look good. Oh, you didn't get one. Here. I have both.
Sharing, it's the icing on the cake. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Welcome back to Down with ASP Super Bowl edition. We've had a great show so far, and I think we're just about ready to throw a great Super Bowl party. both Megan and Jenna are now joining us in studio. So let's go over everything we did today. Megan, you came on first and we went over some great snacks mixes that we have over here. We have some nice pretzels that go great with ranch dip and salsa. Anything else you want to say about those?
Nope, I think it's just all about the variety. People like to know that they have options while they're watching.
All right, next thing we did was we went and made a nice Swiss mushroom burger. Megan, you again taught us how to make that. Really delicious burger. What else can you say about it?
I think just the trick is just getting the right meltedness of your cheese, keeping everything under the bun, and keeping it all together.
All right. And then finally, after that, we went over some nice craft beers with Jenna. Any other beers that you would recommend having at the Super Bowl?
I think just like what Megan said with the snacks, it's all about the variety, and I think that it's great that craft beers offer many different flavors and many different varieties, so I would stick with the craft.
All right. Well, now that we have all this food, we have our snacks, we have our drinks, we have our burgers, how are we going to serve all this? Well, we have some nice plates, so you could always go to any store. You could go to Wegmans, Tops, Walmart if you want to. Get some nice football-themed or Super Bowl-themed plates. We also have some nice football and Super Bowl-themed napkins. So some party supplies you always want to, and remember, you always want to recycle these because obviously we want to be good and take care of the environment so we can have many more Super Bowls.
Yes.
All right, so some of the things we can have plates, cups. We're always going to need utensils. No one wants to eat with their hands. Everyone's going to want a fork, spoon, and a knife. And then also for the cups that we have here, see, we just have these clear see-through plastic cups. Some really fun ideas is to either have a red Solo cup, preferably red. That's the typical beer drinking cup. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, you can always go in with a nice
color of your team.
The color of your team. You can go with a Super Bowl theme.
What's nice about these cups is you can have people decorate, and then you could tell who's rooting for who based on their cup.
All right. Well, I think we have everything ready, and we're good to start our Super Bowl party. So who you guys got winning the game this year?
I gotta go Patriots as a New England person.
All right, who do you got?
I gotta go Patriots too, Boston.
All right, I have to go Seahawks. I'm a New York Giants fan, so I'm gonna go Seahawks. Well, but that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank our guests, Megan Butterfield and Jenna Becker, for coming on the show. Tune in next week for a new episode of Down with ASP, where we'll show you some great Valentine's Day tips. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next week.